eyes tracing patterns on the floor, but I can't find the will to reach the door. The ceiling fan is spinning in a blur, a quiet motion, just a distant wear. I'm anchored by the sheets, they hold me down. A king without a kingdom or a crown. Just silence and the dust motes in the air. I know I should get up, but I don't care. It's not that I don't want to see the day, it's just that gravity has got a lot to say. It's pulling on my chest, it's in my bones, turning all my muscles into stones. The simple things are mountains in the mist, and I'm too tired to even make a list. My phone is buzzing, somewhere near my head. I let it vibrate, leave the text unread. The coffee cup from yesterday is cold, a story that I've already been told. The dishes in the sink begin to stack. I promise that I'll get myself on track. But moving feels like wading through the deep, and it is easier to fall back into sleep. The thought of showering feels like a war. I'm staring blankly at the closet door. I need to change, I need to wash my face, but I am frozen in this empty space. My brain is foggy, filled with cotton wool. I feel the push, but I don't have the pull. I'm cataloging things I ought to do, but can't convince my feet to follow through. Just move a finger, just move a toe. The signal's getting lost inside the snow. A static in the brain, a disconnect, with nothing to look forward to or expect. The shadows lengthen on the bedroom wall. I watch the light fade, watch the evening fall. I haven't eaten, haven't brushed my hair. I'm sitting in the same spot, same old chair. The guilt is heavy, sitting on my chest. A paradox of stressed, but getting rest. I hear the world outside go rushing by, and breathe a heavy, solitary sigh. The window pane is cold against my hand. I watch the world I barely understand. They move with such a purpose and a drive, while I am just pretending I'm alive. It's suffocating silence in this room, a quiet self-inflicted sort of gloom. I wanna break the cycle, start anew, but starting is the hardest thing to do. It's not that I don't want to see the day, it's just that gravity has got a lot to say. It's pulling on my chest, it's in my bones, turning all my muscles into stones. The simple things are mountains in the mix, and I'm too tired to even make a list. Maybe tomorrow, yeah. Maybe tomorrow the weight will lift, just drift. Da-da-da-da-da. Da-da-da-da-da.
It's weird, you know? You don't just wake up fixed. It's quiet. It's slow. But the air feels different today. I used to keep the curtains drawn, scared of the light, sleepwalking through the day, fighting ghosts at night. The room was heavy, gravity pulling on my chest, convinced that giving up was just another word for rest. But this morning I saw dust motes dancing in the beam. Woke up from the nightmare, stepped into a quiet, a dream of dishes in the sink, yeah, they're still sitting there. But for the first time in months, I think I actually care. I'm not on the mountaintop, I'm still on the slope, trading in the apathy for a heavy kind of hope. It's a long climb out, dirt under my fingernails, wind down my back, trying to catch it in these sails. I'm not okay yet, but I'm better than I was, just breathing through the static. Just trust you, cause they say it gets easier, but they don't say how slow it feels to teach a heart to beat when it was frozen in the snow. Walking on a wire, trying not to look down at the shadow of the person that I was when I drowned. The colors are returning, but they're muted and soft, like looking at the city from a rainy jagged loft. I stumbled yesterday, yeah, I almost fell back, but I caught myself standing on the ridges of the track. I'm not on the mountain top, I'm still on the slope, trading in the apathy for a heavy kind of hope. It's a long climb out, dirt under my fingernails, wind at my back, trying to catch it in these sails. I'm not okay yet, but I'm better than I was, just breathing through the static. Just because used to think a bad day when I was back at the start, tearing down the progress, ripping it apart. But I learned that a stumble isn't the same as a fall. I'm still standing here with my back against the wall. It's a zigzag path, it ain't a straight line. I gotta be patient, gotta give it some time. Shadows get long, but the sun is getting higher, turning a spark into a flame and a flame into a fire. Just keep climbing. Yeah. I put on my headphones, silence the noise, finding my cadence, finding my voice. The gray is turning silver, the static clearing out, replacing the silence with a whisper, not a shout. The little things now, like the taste of the rain, waking up early without the heavy pain. I'm not running the race, I'm just walking the track, and for the first time in years, I ain't looking back. The hole is deep, and the walls are steep, but the light up there, it's starting to reach me. Yeah, it's starting to reach me. I'm not on the mountain top, I'm still on the slope, trading in the apathy for a heavy kind of hope. It's a long climb out, dirt under my fingernails, wind at my back, trying to catch it in these sails. I'm not okay yet, but I'm better than I was, just breathing through the static. Just because. Wait, did I sleep? I don't think I need to. Everything is so bright. Turn the volume up. Louder. Louder. 3 a.m. and the ceiling is a canvas. I'm painting masterpieces inside of my madness. Throughout the alarm clock, I don't need the warning. I've lived a whole lifetime before you hit the morning. Coffee cup is empty, but my veins are electric. Every wild impulse is a holy directive. Rearranging furniture, writing a symphony. The universe is finally listening to me. I'm walking on the power lines I never look at. Feet don't even touch the dirty pavement of this town. I'm blowing like a neon, buzzing in the rain. Too much golden glitter running through my brain. My tongue is a sprinter and my thoughts are the gun. I'm talking a mile a minute, having so much fun. Buy a ticket to a city that I've never even seen. Bank account, special grid, but I'm seeing green. Connect every dot, yeah, I solved every riddle. I'm the conductor and the drum and the fiddle. Everyone is moving in slow motion, but me, I'm the only one awake, I'm the only one free. Higher, wire, pop becomes a flame, becomes a forest fire. Yeah, I'm texting everybody in my phone from 09, telling them I'm sorry and I'm doing just fine. Actually, I'm perfect, I'm a brand new design. I got a business proposition that'll blow your mind. Yeah, I quit my job today, I didn't need to stress. I'm gonna write a novel, play the market, playing chess. Why you looking worried? Put that look back on the shelf. I finally found the keys to the version of myself. Colors are vibrating, can you hear the hue? The saturation by the turn to 102. I'm seeing patterns in the static, messages and codes. Walking down the center of the busiest of roads. They say slow down, they say breathe, they say take a seat. But I'm a shark, I gotta swim, I gotta move to eat. If I stop moving, then the magic starts to fade. And I love the monster that the medicine made. No sleep, no sleep, no sleep, no sleep, no sleep, no sleep, no sleep. Just beat, heartbeat, 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 heartbeat. I am the signal, you are the noise. I am the signal, you are the noise. Don't ask me to come down. Not yet. sun is burning out like a match. I can feel the cold snapping up the latch. Golden light is turning into gray. I was a king, yesterday don't break. The air is getting too thin to breathe. There is nothing left up here to believe. I am falling through the floor, and I don't know who I am anymore. My walls are made of hollow glass, watching the beautiful moments pass. I am moving at a violent speed, but I'm planning here like a dying wind. The colors are bleeding out of the sky. The serotonin is running dry. The wind is tearing, the mask is wearing. Snap the neck, total wreck. It's coming loose, it's coming down. Turbulence, hit the ground. I feel everything, I feel nothing. Hey, out of sound. Head loud, God is dead. Turbulence, inside the head. Jump ahead. I'm facing the hallway, I'm tearing the wallpaper, nothing is solid, it's turning to vapor, the shadow is creeping behind the eyes. I'm sick of the lows and I'm sick of the highs, the violence is quiet, I'm starting to ride inside of a body that's on a diet. Of happiness, starving and eating the scraps, I'm running the check but I'm losing the laughs. Panic is heavy, the levies, I'm breaking my hands so unsteady, the furniture shaking, I'm biting my tongue just to feel something real, spinning the wheel, but losing the feel, I cannot sit still, I can only down, I'm wearing the grin of a tragedy clown, the thoughts are a swarm, a beast in the hive, I don't know if I'm gonna make it alive, my heart is a hammer, a priest in the chest, I'm feeling the chance, I'm needing a rest, the water is running on real, I'm feeling the silence is loud and the pressure is killing. It's too loud inside this school. Every sharp edge is turning dull. I'm staring at the wall with a blank face, while my pulse try to erase. I should probably try to grab a ledge, but I am standing right on the edge, and the drop looks deeper than before. Black hole open in the floor. Gravity is wrapping around my throat. I'm sinking in a waterlogged boat. The manic queen is dying in the trees. I am crawling on my hands and knees. I am awake but I am not alive. I don't know how I'm going to survive. The crash is coming, I can hear the sound. My body in the ground. It's coming loose, it's coming down. Turbulence, hit the ground. I feel everything, I feel nothing. Car is sound. Head is loud, heart is dead. Turbulence inside the head. Inside the head. Inside the head. The air is thicker than it was before. My boots are let up on the floor. I'm moving in slow motion now. Sweat is cold upon my brow. Yesterday I was a photon beam, traveling inside a fever dream. Now I'm just a shadow cast. The future turning into past. It's the drag holding me back. Reflection on the skin where the ice begins. It's the drag killing the speed. I'm pulling a parachute that I didn't think I need. My filter's swimming through the mud. I feel the lead inside my blood. Signals getting lost in the wire. I used up every ounce of fire. The colors are getting muted down. The gray is covering the town. I'm trying to lift my head up high, but gravity is in the sky. Momentum is zero, velocity is gone. I am static, I am drawn against the grain, against the flow. Nowhere left to go. The engine is cold and the tank is dry. No more energy to try and fly. I watch the world move at normal pace while I am stuck in this empty space. The resistance is too strong to fight. I'll just surrender to the night. Let the friction take its toll and put the brakes upon my soul. It's the drag holding me back. Friction on the skin where the ice begins. It's the drag killing the speed. I'm pulling a parachute that I didn't think I need. Slowing down, slowing down. The scenery looks familiar here. I recognize the shadows on the wall. I've been flying for so long, I forgot what it felt like to fall. But I didn't really crash, did I? I just came around the bend. The beginning is the only thing waiting at the end. I'm just in orbit around a heavy star. No matter how high I fly, I never get that far. It's a perfect circle. Trace it with your hand. I'm not falling down. I'm just coming into land. I remember the upward drift. I remember getting higher. I remember the turbulence and the smoke from the fire. But the drag slowed me down and the physics took the lead. Now I'm back in the quiet with everything I need. They say the definition of insanity is doing the same thing twice, but nobody talks about the gravity or the feeling of the eyes. I know this place, I know this room, I know the color of the gray. There's a strange sort of comfort in knowing I can't stay. The fuel is gone, the tank is empty, the frost is creeping on the glass. I knew the flight was temporary, I knew the energy wouldn't last. The spark is dead, the fire is out, I'm sliding back into the doubt. I feel the heavy weight return, watching the final candle burn. Run around the same old ground, the same old fear, the same old year. I wave goodbye to the sun, and I'm on to the moon. I'll see you again, I'll see you soon. I'm just in orbit around a heavy star. No matter how high I fly, I never get that far. It's a perfect circle. Trace it with your hand. Maybe I am falling down. is coming back around. Just let it happen.